Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, sorry about the yawn. I've been up early. I had to go pick a dog up this morning.
Oh, that's right. You got your brand new puppy.
We did. We finally have a name for him. Are you ready? Drum
I think I know what it is, but go ahead.
roll, please. You think so?
Yeah, I think Marilyn and Kelly have talked, and I think I might know.
I know you don't, because it's
Okay.
all changed.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you get the puppy kind of tells you what his name is.
Yes.
Yeah, his name is Obi Van Dutton.
Obi Van Dutton.
Obi Van Dutton. It means heart between the hills. The two hills is me and Maryland.
Love it.
So
Obi.
we'll call him Obi. Obi. And he's a cutie. He's a redhead. He's
Oh,
just
wow.
yeah, he's a red merle, and yeah, I don't know if you saw the picture I put in Slack, but he's a cute little pup. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So yep, that's what we came up with. And he's gonna be an Obi. He's a mess. He just is all legs and he's just everywhere. he's
That's great.
he's 4 months old and he's already just yeah, he's getting in our laps and licking our faces and loving on everything. And the only one in the whole house, well, there's two in the household. They're not really happy. One is a little dog by the name of Brindley who keeps giving the side eye.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. And she keeps looking at me and looking at Marin like, when is he going home? When is this guy going home? And then Bentley, we haven't seen her since he's arrived. That's the cat.
She has disappeared.
She has disappeared. She has. But they're just they'll figure it out. They
What channel
always
did you put it in Slack?
It's in the pet pics.
I'm not even in that channel.
Well,
Why didn't you guys put them in random like you're supposed to?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know I was supposed to put them somewhere. They did a pet pick. I thought you were in there. Oh no, your dog's in there, but Jonathan put it in there. Jonathan
Well,
put.
I got to get added to this one.
I know.
I'm
Yeah,
not feeling a part of the culture suddenly.
I know. It's terrible. Let me see if I can add you. I'll add you as soon as we're done.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody here is probably going, "Oh my
Get
gosh!" Well,
on
they
with
just
it.
get on with it. They're just talking about their dang dogs.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we do love our animals, though. I have to admit, we love our all of us here.
Oh
Love
yeah,
our
absolutely.
animals.
But
Yeah.
speaking of other people, frustrated or not, thank you for being here, being a
Yes.
part of this one, and just come in and give us a thumbs up or a like. Thank you to Terry and Jessica for doing that when you came in, and anybody else that comes in, just heart us or thumbs up and let us know that you're here. We'd appreciate it. Give us a comment. All right, we got a subject today, man.
We do. And but before we get there, I just want to take just literally 30 seconds and thank Alyssa and Tom for not only jumping in and helping us out the first week, but Alyssa and Jonathan came to HPBA in Nashville and was able to actually film us, not really film, video us,
Yeah.
and put that up last week. The actual training that we did at HPBA. So I just wanted to thank everybody for on our staff for doing that, and just it is so wonderful. I got to tell you guys, I hope y'all all have people like we do, because it is just fantastic to have the staff that we have. So
Oh, it is for sure.
yeah.
Except when they lock you out of the pet channel in Slack.
Well, that's true. I can't help that. Yes, it sounds like a personal problem to me. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody just got, they didn't want to bother you too much. So
Oh well, maybe.
yeah. So we're going to talk about the importance of mobile optimization for both search engine optimization and user experience. Um, this is a really interesting topic, because most people don't know. Well, I just am all over the place here. Most people don't know that mobile optimization even exists. I mean, we talk about search engine optimization, we talk about all these other things, but what is mobile optimization? It's and it's more than just SEO. So I want to talk about that for a second. Um, Google, I guess it's been probably a couple of years ago, has a mobile first SEO policy, basically. In other words, however you show up on your phone and tablet is how you're going to show up on desktop. So what most people don't know is you should already be optimizing on your SEO for mobile, because Google's going to look there first, and that's how you're going to rank.
Yeah.
So, mobile optimization is already happening. If you don't think it is, it's happening. The thing that I think that people don't understand is there's a couple of elements when it comes to mobile optimization that Google really, really, really looks at, and that is, being friendly is the thing, and by friendly, easy to navigate. Okay, on mobile, you got to be easy to navigate on mobile. The other thing about mobile is page speed. I mean, that's really where we look at page speed, and a lot of people look at desktop, and all that's great. But you can have just a slick page speed on desktop, and you go to mobile speed, and it's slower than all get out. So it's really, really important for your page speed. I mean, you've got to have that really dialed in to be mobile friendly. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think page speed is all about, the page on a desktop coming up, and it really is way more about mobile. So those two things are really, really important. And then the other thing that I'm going to talk about real quick, that was the role of SEO. So I'm losing my job. Hey, Glenn, glad to see you're here too, buddy. Thanks for the thumbs up. Is the user experience. This is something that I think everybody has experienced before. So Carter, have you ever gone to a website and you got it on the mobile and you're looking for the phone number and you can't find it?
It happens a lot. And
a lot.
yeah, but maybe just because we review so many websites, for people who are wanting to work with us, but yeah, I mean, it's a frequent problem, and that's probably even more important to have your phone number on your mobile site than it is to have it on your desktop site.
Yeah.
Because so many people are looking for a way to click to call, and they literally are just looking for a phone number on the site to be able to click it and dial the number and have a conversation. So, yeah, it's disappointing when we don't see it.
Yeah. So that's a really big thing when it comes to user experience, especially, I mean, think about if you're going to order pizza and you can't find a phone number. You want to make a reservation at a restaurant, can't find a phone number. You want to hire a plumber, get your chimney swept, HVAC done, whatever it is, and you can't find a phone number. I mean, that's a real frustration, because a lot of times, more and more, we're seeing people doing things on their phones.
Yep.
It really is their phones way more than tablets.
And it's since the beginning. I mean, since the advent of the iPhone and people browsing websites online, the use of mobile technology has changed with regard to how people search, or how people use websites and what they do when they're on their mobile phone versus a desktop computer or something. But it used to be that we were seeing, it was an increase in traffic coming to websites coming from mobile, but they were looky-loos. They were or not looky-loos, rather. They were just like there to make a phone call. I mean, that's literally, people were just using it to find a phone number and make the phone call.
Almost like Yellow Pages.
Right. But then all the research and everything that they would do when they had a bigger screen, and they could, really research a company and look at their reviews and all of that. And that's changing. The more mobile first sites that are now out there, the easier it is to do research online. while you're on your phone. And so we're actually seeing more people spending longer on websites than they used to. They're doing more than just looking for a phone number, and they're scrolling, they're looking, they're reading, they're engaging with content, watching videos. They're doing a whole lot more in the mobile experience than they used to. And I think a lot of that is because of that mobile first policy that Google instituted that has caused so many websites to get with the program and start creating mobile experiences that are actually useful.
Well, and I love on mobile too, where I can be on Facebook and I can see something. I can click on it, maybe go over and read something, and then I can get off there and I can go back online and do a little bit of research here and there. And then I can go to the bottom and pull all my tabs up and go find the original thing if I want to do it. I love that experience because everything is just right there, by your fingertips. And so many of the times, and this is another thing that's just amazing to me, how many people are on their phones watching TV. So we're watching TV and we're watching a show, and I'm guilty of it. I mean, I play games more than anything else because I try to get away from. I do research and stuff all day long, so
Yeah.
mine is more just kind of mindless stuff. But my wife is going through Facebook and doing all the things. She'll find something, she'll stop the program because everybody does the streaming, and she'll say, "Hey, blah 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 blah," and I'll go, "Oh, that's interesting," and then we'll start it back. I mean, it's just, who does it? You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
everybody now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would think. I thought one day I told her, I said, "Does everybody do what we do?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, we're behind. Everybody's been doing this for years. You and I are just catching up." And I'm like, "Oh, well, okay, all right, well that makes sense."
Yep.
So here's another thing that I think is happens a lot that we don't pay attention to, and every marketing company I know has been guilty of this because we were told to do this. This is the way Google wanted it to look like. You have all these individual pages with all these services down, and you got these huge menus. You click on them, and they all drop down, and you click on this drop, and it drops, and it drops. And it's great for desktop optimization. It's fantastic. All right. And then you get on mobile, and you hit it, and you go, where's the, all right, there's the thing, and then it goes away. It's like, you got to go back, and you're trying to find it all. You're trying to do all this stuff. So the menus that we're doing today are totally different than what we used to do, and it's all because of mobile. Yeah. And so that's the user experience. Now, the good news is those menus don't go away. They're just in the background. I mean, all the stuff is there. You still have the SEO components. You still have all that. It just sits somewhere where it's not seen by everybody.
Yeah, it's a user first experience, mobile first, meaning, we want to make sure that this website is ultimately usable for the people that visit it. And, that sometimes means shortening the menus or, doing things in a way that allow people to bring into view everything that they need to see within a much smaller screen. So,
yeah, it's just that's one of the things I see a lot that I'm really starting to pay attention to, and we're paying a lot of attention to here. We're going to be talking about AI tools and AI stuff probably every week, guys. If y'all get sick of us, well, okay, you're going to get sick of us.
Too bad.
So we're not going to stop because we think it's that important. We really have gotten, and I've talked to more and more and more people who have basically said, if people don't get on this bandwagon, if they don't start adopting these things, they're going to get left behind. So if you have not, please, please, please start playing with these tools. Look at them, go through them, use these tools. A lot of them you can sign up for, maybe pay a month for, and see if it's something that works with you, if something that you think is important. If it's not, disregard it, go to the next one, because they're popping up every time you turn around. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they are. And the more ubiquitous and that's a good thing. I mean, ultimately it means that this technology is going to become much more usable, much more quickly. And, But yeah, it's, if you're still a little intimidated by it because of the whole Skynet future where we all have to bow to our robot overlords, then we've still got a few years before that happens. And in the meantime, there's some tech out there and some AI that is incredibly useful to small businesses. So yeah, I mean, don't you're not selling your soul to the devil. Just go play with it and see what it'll do for you, because it's really impressive.
Yeah. On the user experience side, Botify, Botify, something you can go play with. I'm looking at a list over here because I don't want to forget any of them.
Yeah.
Bright Edge will give you insights for mobile SEO opportunities. And I've been told that my South is in my mouth a lot, so let me spell it. BRIGHTED. That's GEEDGE. Bright Edge. Moz, MOZ Pro, PRO. That really is for detailed page optimization, and they'll give you recommendations on that. SEM Rush, no relation to Alan Rush. SEM RUSH has a site audit tool for identifying and fixing mobile SEO issues. And Market Muse, MARKET MUSE, for content optimization that you can tailor to mobile users. So that's really some good AI tools in that. Please use them, enjoy them, just absolutely have fun with them, because you can.
Yeah, no, there's some design tools as well that aren't on this list, and I don't actually have a list of them handy to be able to walk through them. But there's a lot of AI website design tools now that can help you imagine your site in a mobile experience that's much more handy and useful than your desktop one to a mobile user. So worth looking at those as well. There's another one that we use a lot. I can't remember the name of it. It's a plugin inside of WordPress. The SEO plugin that we use sometimes.
Yoast.
Yoast has got some AI stuff baked in now that I'm finding pretty useful. So
yeah. No, these are all good things, and some of them are names that you've heard before, and that's okay. They're coming out with things that they're using AI, they're using some automation, they're using some of those types of things to really help you. I just want to stop and say thanks to Tom, Brian, and Alyssa for coming in, for the hearts and thumbs up. Thank you very much. Here's the thing, guys. I'm going to say this, and I'm a pretty practical person. And I don't normally jump into things really quickly without really going through and vetting and looking and all that kind of stuff. I will tell you this, when it comes to AI, I don't do that. I just jump in and see what it does. Just absolutely jump in and see what it does, to see if I can use it, to see if it's something I can implement, to see if it's helpful in any way. And the only way I know to vet those type of things is just to jump in and vet it. There's so much. I mean, we were talking last week at HPDA, and by the time we got off the stage, I got a Slack from one of my employees, said, "Hey, did you see this thing?" It was like, no. It would have been good to know what the thing I just taught at, because that's pretty cool. And that's Sora. We didn't talk about that because nobody knew about it.
I knew about it until after the show, and then it was like, holy cow, that's amazing. Yeah.
And if you haven't looked at Sora, SORA, take a look at it. I think it's OpenAI.
OpenAI. It's but it's not available to the public yet. So
it's not, but you should see what it does, because it is really cool. And let me, I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, the people that I know that are so afraid of video, but they have great pictures. They have great photos of what they do. I mean, one of the things that this platform is supposed to be able to do is you just put in a before picture, a during picture, and an after picture. You upload those into that platform, and it fills in the gaps. I mean, just think with people that don't have the money or the resources or whatever to do these elaborate videos to show the process and what they do and all that kind of stuff, they can simply go out and take pictures, upload it into this platform eventually,
Yeah.
and create a video of what they do. I'm like, that's brilliant. I mean, this is the thing I love, and I've had several people in our industry, in the marketing industry, go, "Oh, Taylor, I hate when you say this because it hurts to know that costs are coming down. We don't want people to know costs are coming down." And I'm like, "Well, but it's our responsibility when costs come down that we pass that on to our customers. We will make sure that we pass that on." And I'm telling you, I think that's the thing that excites me the most. It's going to level a playing field between a lot of the good guys that have had a lot of money and the smaller guys. And because costs are going to come down, but costs are going to come down for everybody, even the big guys. So, don't feel like, you know, they're going to have to pay way more than you, because I don't think they will. So that's just my deal with implementation. But practical implementation is figuring out if you can implement it and if it'll work in your business.
Yeah. Yeah. And that starts with playing with it and seeing what it'll do, and, keeping your ear to the ground, listening. I mean, even when we're doing, it's really hard to sound like an expert in AI, because even while you're giving a presentation, like in the middle of the presentation, somebody raises their hand and says, "Have you ever heard of this tool?" And you're like, "I haven't heard of that one. Tell me what it is." So I mean, it's just tough. There's so much coming online so fast, and you know, I love to hear stories of how people use AI, how they've found uses for it in their business, how they save time, how they implement processes and procedures and things that used to take a lot of time, that they're just thrilled to have it off their plate and have a way of getting it done now that doesn't involve them having to do it. And
Yeah, no, I agree.
Those are exciting stories to me.
Yeah, and I really think in the marketing space, the marketing companies that are going to make it through this, we're going to be directing AI. That's what we're going to be. We're going to be managing all the AI tools on behalf of clients that don't have the time. But I think there are going to be clients out there who do have the time, that will be able to manage some of these on their own.
Yeah.
And I think that's exciting for everybody. It should be.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
I
I
heard
think
the quote the other day that AI will never replace marketing agencies, but marketing agencies that use AI will certainly start replacing marketing agencies that don't. And I think that's absolutely true. And I think that's the way it is. We're actively designing a system that, will be able to, like a marketing operating system. And, one of the operators in that system is AI, that's able to do a lot of the things that we used to have to do for our clients, that AI will now be able to do, which brings some cost savings. But then if AI can't do it and the business owner doesn't have time to do it themselves, then that's where that agency with the expertise and the knowledge of the system, of the operating system, can step in and provide some service, to do that. And I think that's the picture, I think, of what the future of digital marketing is going to look like. And when I say the future, I don't mean 50 years. I don't mean 50 months. I mean, we're talking 12 to 18 months on the the far side of that. It's coming quick.
Yeah, I agree. I think at Christmas time, I read an article that said they thought that text to video would probably come out in the next 18 to 24 months. And that was in December. This is February, and they're talking about Sora.
Yeah.
I know. 2 months, 2 months, 18 to 24 went down to 2. Now, again, it's not out to the public use yet. All right. But it's out here. So just want to make sure that everybody knows that. Yeah, man, do we have any questions or anything? Everybody's just kind of listening today, and Karen Hatcher is here. Karen, thank you very much for jumping in here, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about AI a lot Guys, the future is right now. So let's get in it and start making it happen. We are developing something that we call MOST, Marketing Operating System, today. We're probably going to release it during the summer, but if you are at NCSG and are curious, please stop by. We'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you about it. It's going to be fun.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's awesome. So if you don't know, Spark Live is also released as a podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Podvine, or your favorite player. And next week, this is going to be fun. Here we go. Optimizing for voice search. Yep, we're going to do it. We're going to jump in. We're going to jump into the frying pan and talk about voice search, because it's all on everybody's mind with all these ways to search online and get your phones, and
it's changed really rapidly too with better AI. So
yes,
this is going to be an interesting conversation for sure.
But it still doesn't understand my South.
Well, some of it doesn't, but some of it does. I mean, some of it's getting that good. I just read an article about dialects and accents and how AIs are specifically being fed models now to train for that. And so non-native English speakers who are speaking English but doing it with an accent, from their native language, it's getting pretty good at understanding those things too. So give it time.
Yeah, I'll never
be reading your thoughts.
Yeah. Well, they've implanted the one guy. Yeah, Elon Musk's.
Yeah, the Neuralink.
Yeah, Neuralink deal. Well, I have to say, there's one thing I will leave everybody with this. The first time I ever used speech to text technology, I was so excited. And then when I got through and went back and read through it, it was so bad. And the one thing I remember is every time I said good, it wrote capital God, God. And I'm like, how did you get God from good? I mean, I'm like, that's crazy. It's just kind of nuts. So yeah, it has come a long way. So here's, let's see. Thomas Hunkel. Here we go. Looked into redesign of our business logo and found was Google search. Towards AI. I guess the guy we used to sit down and sketch out a new logo for you might be a thing of the past. You want to talk about that?
Sure. Yeah. No.
Yeah. I've had a conversation about this just recently, Tom.
There are services now that are AI logo design services, and they you can tell it the name of your business. You can tell it what industry you're in. You can choose colors and things like that just to give it some guidelines, and then just let it run. And it will create amazing logos faster than anything I've ever seen. And, some of them are like, not great, but some of them are like, holy cow, that's amazing. Such that I have personally, for personal projects and projects that are yet to be announced, but stay tuned because they'll be announced soon.
Yeah.
We have used and allowed AI to design at least two, actually three logos that are completely done by AI with very, very little editing at all on the final end of things, and just allowed AI to design it, and we accepted it and said, "Yep, this is perfect. Let's do it." So, huge time saver, but at the same time, a creative process. And this is what I want to say, because I know we're about to run long and we're changing the subject from what we're talking about, but had a great conversation with an employee yesterday. And, the thing was like, the employee was like, I'm concerned that AI is going to replace creativity. Like employees who are creative writers or designers, that we're going to just, AI is going to just make all of that cheap and unnecessary to even have human beings, but we're going to lose something about us that's human, the soul of our humanity, that creative spark that has differentiated us as a species from every other on the planet. And we're going to turn it over to machines. And I was like, no, I get that. But have you used the AI like as a creative in your writing, in creative writing, or in, creating visuals and audio and video and things like that, graphics, whatever? Have you actually used it? Because what I'm finding and what a lot of other creatives are finding is that it's a collaborative process, and it actually is just as creative as doing it all yourself and spending, hours and hours and hours to get a result. But using AI, you're coaching AI, you're telling it how to do it, you're collaborating with AI for ideas and trying things that, before you wouldn't have time to just try or iterate through 5 different ideas because the project's got a deadline. But now you can iterate through those before you ever get to lunch on, and make a decision about which direction the creative is going to go. It really is a creative process working with AI to generate a result. And I'm not looking to replace people with AI, but I am looking to enhance them and to expand their capabilities and their productivity. And I think when you look at AI in that context, it has so much potential. And I think it doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, well, I used to be a designer for a company and they won't let me design anymore. So now all day long, I just sit there and rubber stamp and approve what AI creates. No, I think it can be a very collaborative process, like a partner in your creative workflow. And, if you're open to that, then I think you've got a really bright future as a designer ahead of you. Because again, I don't think AI is going to replace designers. I think designers who use AI are going to replace designers who don't.
Yeah, and I'm going to back that up because I really think that you have to use it as an assistant. It's just an assistant to the process. If you can think of it like that, assistant, you would sit down and say, write an article about blah. You would say, hey, research the article, figure it out, write about it, get it back to me. Let me look at it. Let me proof it. Let me go through. Let me, massage it, this, that, and so forth, and kind of move through the process. And I think you have to do the same thing with AI. And I agree about creativity. My wife uses AI like nobody's business.
Yeah, no, she's definitely a power user for sure. Among those I know that are using it most effectively. Terry says, I purchased stock photos from Adobe, and I'm finding that more and more of them are AI generated. Personally, I feel cheated. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, she says, I would much rather support a photographer for photos for my blog than AI. I totally get that. And I think from a marketing standpoint, I think marketers need to be aware that when they use AI, if they're trying to be deceptive with it, like passing off an AI image as being something that was created by a business or by, a real person, or trying to say that this is the actual product or something like that, we already, marketers, have a reputation for sometimes doing shady stuff, of being less than reputable. But I think ethically we have a responsibility to make sure that we identify that it's AI that created it in certain contexts, in most contexts that's necessary. And I totally get wanting to support people who do good work. However, you're going to find more and more photographers who are using AI as part of their workflow and their process. So it could be that some of the images that you're looking at, while AI was involved in the creative process, it was a person who was driving that creativity and driving the end result and looking for a type of result that AI helped them achieve that they couldn't have gotten if they were just out using conventional photography equipment. So it's, there's going to be a gray area there very soon.
I'm going to jump in here too. There's nothing that you're going to find on any, whether it's Adobe, whether you go into, it doesn't matter, Dropbox, it doesn't matter, not Dropbox, but you know what I'm talking about, deposit photos, all those have been touch up. They all touch those photos up. I mean, they erase things. They do. One of my
highly manipulated
friends is a professional photographer, does weddings, does product shoots, the whole 9 yards, and they spend more time in Lightroom and
Photoshop.
Photoshop, making things, erasing, doing, and making it as perfect as possible than
Touching up,
anything.
airbrushing. Yeah.
What they're doing is they're using AI to do that much quicker, faster, better.
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
lot of the tools in Photoshop are that way. But
yeah.
I'll also say this: I don't know. I mean, the reason that you go to stock photo places because you have an image in mind that you want to use, and you're looking and looking and looking and trying to find the right image. You have something in mind, and you're seeing all of these images that may come close, but none of them are exactly what you want, right? And that's kind of the purpose of stock photo libraries is, when you don't have the skill or the budget to be able to hire or create the image you're looking for exactly the way you want it, then stock photos will get you 80% of the way there, and you'll just have to live with disappointment if it's not exactly what you want. But AI is kind of the same way. I have a very specific idea in my mind of what I want to see, and I try to prompt AI to give it to me, and AI has a little bit of a creative streak of its own, and it adds to it. It combines with my ideas and creates something that is not exactly what I want, but it gets it somewhere close to, usable, like 80%. So to me, AI is really just another way of getting a stock photo result because I don't have the skill, the time, or the money to be able to go get that image that the perfect image that I have in my head.
Yeah, I hope that helps, Terry. I do understand how that works, and sometimes it's frustrating. So next week we're going to do voice search. Thank you guys for the questions and the comments. We really do appreciate it. We have a lot more fun when you guys banter back and forth with us and talk to us. So that's always great.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next week. Same Spark channel, same Spark time. How do you like that?
That'll work.
All right. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great time.
Bye, everyone.